Have you ever noticed how getting up from a chair feels harder than it used to? Or how your legs feel weaker, even though you're not doing anything differently? What if I told you that one simple change to your breakfast, yes, just your breakfast, could help rebuild strength in your legs, improve your balance, and even reduce nighttime leg cramps? And no, I'm not talking about expensive supplements or trips to the gym. I'm talking about what you eat or don't eat in the first hour after waking up. You see, after age 60, most of us begin to lose muscle mass, especially in our legs. It's a natural part of aging, but it's not something you have to accept. In fact, scientists now know that the food you choose for breakfast can either accelerate this muscle loss or help reverse it. But here's the catch. Most people over 60 are either skipping breakfast altogether or starting the day with foods that actually weaken the muscles they rely on to walk, stand, or stay independent. In this video, I'll show you the real reason you're losing strength in your legs. And it's not just age. I'll also share 5 science-backed breakfast foods that can rebuild and maintain your leg muscles. And 5 simple morning habits that take less than 10 minutes but can make a world of difference. If you or someone you love is over 60 and you want to stay strong, mobile, and independent, this might be one of the most important videos you'll ever watch. So grab a cup of tea or water, get comfortable, and let's dive into the truth about your breakfast and your legs. Let's start with something most people don't know. Muscle loss doesn't happen all at once. It begins slowly, often without warning, right around your 50s and 60s. At first, you might notice it when standing up from a low chair, walking upstairs, or carrying groceries feels just a little more tiring than before. You shrug it off. I'm just getting older, you tell yourself. But this small change can quietly turn into a much bigger problem. Over time, your leg muscles begin to shrink. Your balance becomes less steady. You might feel wobbly, get cramps at night, or even fall. This process has a name: sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. And it doesn't just affect athletes or inactive people. It affects almost everyone. The worst part? It often starts with one simple mistake: skipping or delaying breakfast. You see, when you sleep, your body goes for 7 to 10 hours without food. That's completely natural. But after you wake up, your muscles are running low on energy and nutrients. If you don't refuel them quickly, your body starts breaking down muscle tissue to get the energy it needs to function. That's right. Your body literally begins eating your muscles, especially the large ones in your legs, just to get through the morning. So when you skip breakfast or eat something sugary and low in protein, you're setting your body up for further muscle breakdown. Day by day, week by week, year by year, the loss adds up. And one day, getting out of a chair without help becomes nearly impossible. The good news is, it doesn't have to be this way. Muscle loss is not only preventable, it's also reversible if you take action early. And it starts with how you begin your day. In the next section, I'll show you 5 of the best foods you can eat in the morning to stop this process, rebuild your leg strength, and stay active far into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Now that you understand why breakfast matters so much, let's talk about what you should actually eat. The ideal breakfast for anyone over 60 isn't about calories. It's about nutrients, especially protein, healthy fats, and certain vitamins that support muscle maintenance and energy. And the earlier in the day you get them, the better. Here are 5 of the most powerful foods you can add to your breakfast, starting tomorrow. First, eggs. This may not surprise you, but eggs are one of the most complete sources of high-quality protein on the planet. They contain all 9 essential amino acids your muscles need to rebuild and stay strong. They're also rich in vitamin D and B12, 2 nutrients that older adults often lack and which are crucial for muscle function and energy levels. 2 eggs in the morning, scrambled, boiled, or poached, can give your legs the fuel they've been missing. Second, Greek yogurt. But not just any yogurt. You need the kind that's thick, unsweetened, and packed with at least 15 grams of protein per serving. Greek yogurt also contains probiotics, which help your gut absorb nutrients better. You can add a few berries or a sprinkle of chia seeds for fiber and antioxidants, but avoid sugary, granola, or syrups. Third, oats with nuts and seeds. Old-fashioned oats are a slow-burning carbohydrate that gives you long-lasting energy without spiking your blood sugar. When combined with almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, or flax seeds, you get a breakfast full of magnesium, zinc, and healthy fats, all of which play a role in keeping your muscles healthy. Add a dash of cinnamon and you've got a breakfast that supports both your legs and your heart. Fourth, cottage cheese. This one is often forgotten, but it's a quiet powerhouse. Cottage cheese is high in casein protein, a slow-digesting type of protein that feeds your muscles for hours after eating. It also has calcium, which is essential for muscle contraction and bone strength. Just half a cup in the morning can make a difference over time. Finally, smoothies, but only if you make them right. A good breakfast smoothie should include a scoop of protein powder, whey or plant-based, half a banana, a handful of spinach or kale, and a spoon of nut butter. Blend it with water or unsweetened almond milk, and you've got a drink that delivers everything your leg muscles need in one glass. The key is to avoid sugary store-bought smoothies. They often do more harm than good. The best part is, you don't have to eat all 5 of these foods every morning. Just pick 2 or 3, rotate them throughout the week, and pay attention to how your body responds. Within a few weeks, many people report feeling more stable, stronger, and more energetic in the mornings. Now that you know what to eat, let's look at what to avoid. Because some breakfast habits are secretly stealing your strength. Not all breakfasts are created equal. In fact, some of the most common morning meals, the ones we've been told are normal or light, may be quietly weakening your legs every single day. Let's start with white toast and jam. This breakfast is quick, familiar, and seems harmless. But white bread is made from refined flour that's stripped of most nutrients and fiber. It causes a sharp spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash that leaves you feeling sluggish. Add sugary jam, and you've got a breakfast that provides almost no protein and no muscle support. Just empty energy that disappears in an hour. Next, breakfast cereals. Even the ones labeled whole grain or heart healthy are often loaded with added sugar and artificial vitamins. Many popular brands offer less than 3 grams of protein per serving. That's nowhere near enough to support muscle maintenance. Worse, most people pour them into a bowl with milk and think they're eating well, when in reality, it's closer to dessert than nutrition. Third, pastries, croissants, muffins, sweet rolls. These are especially common in hotel breakfasts or quick grab-and-go options. But pastries are full of refined carbs, sugar, and unhealthy fats. They don't provide the amino acids your muscles need. They spike insulin levels, promote fat storage, and leave your muscles starving for real nutrients. Fourth, fruit juice. It may seem healthy, especially orange juice or apple juice, but most bottled juices are highly processed, stripped of fiber, and loaded with sugar. Drinking juice without eating protein alongside it causes your blood sugar to surge and crash, which can lead to fatigue, cravings, and poor muscle recovery. A better option? Eat the whole fruit and pair it with protein. And finally, coffee-only mornings. Many people over 60 wake up, have a cup of coffee, and skip breakfast entirely, sometimes for hours. Coffee suppresses appetite, so you may not feel hungry, but your muscles are still breaking down from the overnight fast. If you drink coffee in the morning, make sure to eat something with it, especially something rich in protein. The truth is, skipping breakfast or choosing the wrong foods can slowly chip away at your strength. The damage doesn't show up overnight, but over weeks, months, and years, it leads to weaker legs, slower recovery, and a greater risk of falls and injuries. In the next section, I'll walk you through 5 simple morning habits, including one that takes less than 2 minutes, that can boost your leg strength, support your metabolism, and help you stay active well into your later years. Now that you know what to eat and what to avoid, let's take it a step further. Because what you eat is just one piece of the puzzle. Your morning habits, the things you do in the first hour after waking, play a huge role in how strong your legs stay, how steady your balance is, and how energized you feel throughout the day. Here are 5 simple but powerful morning habits to adopt if you're over 60 and want to rebuild or maintain strong leg muscles. First, drink a full glass of water right after waking up. After a night's sleep, your body is naturally dehydrated. Even mild dehydration can reduce muscle strength and increase the risk of cramps or falls. Water helps circulate nutrients, flush out waste, and rehydrate your muscles. Bonus tip: add a pinch of salt and a squeeze of lemon to support electrolyte balance, especially if you sweat during the night or take blood pressure medication. Second, do a short round of muscle wake-up exercises. These take less than 2 minutes but can activate your leg muscles and improve circulation. Start with 10 standing calf raises, just lifting your heels off the floor. Then do 10 shallow squats, going only as low as comfortable. Finally, march in place for 30 seconds. These movements tell your body it's time to be active, and they prepare your legs for the day ahead. Third, eat within 30 to 60 minutes of waking. We already covered what to eat, but timing matters too. The sooner your muscles get the protein and energy they need, the less they'll break down. A delayed breakfast, even if it's healthy, may reduce your muscle building response. Think of breakfast as your daily muscle repair window, and don't let it close. Fourth, get natural sunlight. Exposure to sunlight in the morning triggers your body to produce vitamin D and regulate your sleep-wake cycle. Low vitamin D levels are linked to weaker leg muscles and more falls in older adults. Just 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight on your arms or face, ideally before 9 a.m., can make a difference over time. If you can't get outside, consider a vitamin D3 supplement after talking with your doctor. Fifth, and this might surprise you, take 5 slow, deep breaths before you begin your day. It sounds simple, but controlled breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, lowering stress and improving blood flow. High stress levels increase inflammation, reduce muscle recovery, and throw off your appetite. Breathing deeply helps your body enter a state where it can heal, build, and function better, including in your legs. All 5 of these habits are easy to do, free, and require no equipment, but together they set the stage for a healthier, stronger day. Every day. In the next section, we'll explore what science says about leg strength, aging, and the surprising link between breakfast protein and reduced risk of falling or losing independence. If you've ever wondered whether these breakfast habits and routines actually make a difference, science has an answer, and it's clearer than ever. Let's start with protein. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed at least 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast had significantly greater muscle mass and strength than those who ate less. Why does this matter? Because muscle mass, especially in the legs, is directly linked to mobility, balance, and independence as we age. Another research paper, this time from the Journal of Gerontology, showed that skipping breakfast was associated with slower walking speed, weaker grip strength, and higher risk of falls among people over 65. The researchers concluded that regular morning protein intake could delay or even prevent age-related muscle loss, a condition known as sarcopenia. But it's not just about protein. A Japanese study followed more than 200 older adults for 5 years and found that those who ate a balanced breakfast daily, including eggs, fish, vegetables, and whole grains, were more likely to maintain good leg strength, coordination, and independence in daily life. Meanwhile, those who ate refined carbs or skipped breakfast entirely had higher rates of frailty and muscle deterioration. There's also growing evidence about vitamin D and hydration. A 2020 meta-analysis of over 30 clinical trials found that older adults with low vitamin D levels were up to 40% more likely to experience muscle weakness in the lower limbs. Dehydration, even mild, has been shown to reduce muscular endurance by up to 10%, especially in warm climates or after sleep. And perhaps most striking, a study published in the British Medical Journal found that older adults who consistently combined a high-protein breakfast with light physical activity in the morning had a 50% lower risk of mobility disability over a 5-year span. The science is clear. What you do in the morning, especially what you eat, isn't just about feeling good for a few hours. It's about long-term strength, stability, and staying out of a wheelchair or nursing home later in life. In the final section, we'll bring everything together, and I'll show you a simple sample breakfast plan you can start tomorrow with ingredients that are affordable, easy to prepare, and proven to support leg strength after 60. Let's put everything we've learned into action. You now know the importance of eating protein early, staying hydrated, avoiding sugar-loaded breakfast traps, and activating your muscles in the morning. But what does a real, effective breakfast look like for someone over 60 who wants to protect their leg strength? Here's a simple, flexible breakfast plan that checks every box. It can be made in under 10 minutes. Start with your protein base. You want to aim for at least 25 grams of high-quality protein. That could come from 2 whole eggs plus 3 egg whites, scrambled or boiled, or 150 grams, about 5 ounces of Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie made with 1 scoop of whey protein and unsweetened almond milk. Then, add a slow-digesting carb to give your muscles sustained energy. Half a cup of cooked oatmeal with a sprinkle of chia seeds, or 1 slice of whole grain toast with avocado, or a small sweet potato, boiled or baked next, include healthy fats. These support hormone balance and joint health. A handful of walnuts or almonds, or a teaspoon of olive oil drizzled on the eggs, or half an avocado. Now, add color in the form of fruits or vegetables. A cup of sautéed spinach or tomatoes with your eggs, or a small bowl of mixed berries with the yogurt, or a banana blended into your smoothie, and finally, hydration. Drink a full glass of water, preferably with a pinch of salt and a squeeze of lemon. If you enjoy coffee or tea, have it after your water and with food, not on an empty stomach. This kind of breakfast doesn't just help maintain leg strength, it fuels your entire system: muscles, bones, joints, brain, and immune function. More importantly, it keeps you full and energized until your next meal, reducing the urge to snack on unhealthy foods mid-morning. You can adjust the ingredients based on your taste, budget, and dietary needs. The key is to make it consistent. Your muscles don't care if it's a Monday or Sunday. They need fuel every morning to stay strong. In the final part of this video, I'll leave you with a reminder. Aging doesn't mean becoming weaker. With the right choices, starting at breakfast, you can stay mobile, active, and independent for decades to come. Getting older is not a sentence to weakness. You're not destined to lose your balance. You're not meant to struggle with stairs or rely on others to walk you to the bathroom or give up the hobbies that once brought you joy. In fact, the choices you make today, especially each morning, can shape how strong and independent you stay for years to come. It's never too late to rebuild muscle. Studies show that even people in their 70s, 80s, and beyond can improve leg strength, coordination, and mobility with the right fuel and movement. It starts with a glass of water, a handful of eggs, a walk in the morning light, a few deep breaths, a commitment, not to perfection, but to consistency. So tomorrow morning, instead of skipping breakfast or grabbing a sugary pastry, give your legs the gift they've earned. Feed them, activate them, respect them, because they're what carry you through life, literally. And if this video helped you understand your body a little better or inspired you to take that first small step, I invite you to stick around. Subscribe for more practical, science-backed advice on how to stay strong, mobile, and healthy after 60. You're not just aging, you're evolving. And your legs, your strength, are still very much yours. Stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.